Hello everyone, this is the 7th online history tutorial video for class 8. We were doing the chapter from trade to territory. Today in this video we will look about how the company set up its administration. Okay, now we will talk about Warren Hastings. Warren Hastings was the Governor General of the English East India Company from 1773 to 1785. He is widely known as the first Governor General of British India, that is, the company possessed territories in India. He was the first Governor General of that part. He was one of the many important figures who played a significant role in the expansion of company power. By this time, the company had acquired not only Bengal but also Bombay and Madras, which is present day Chennai. British territories were broadly divided into administrative units called presidencies. There were three presidencies: the Bengal Presidency, the Madras Presidency, and the Bombay Presidency. Each was ruled by a governor, and the supreme head of the administration was the Governor General, who was in Kolkata. Warren Hastings, the first Governor General, introduced several administrative reforms, notably in the sphere of justice. How? Let's see. From the year 1772, a new system of justice was established. Each district was have to have two courts, a criminal court and the civil court. The criminal court is called the Faujdari Adalat and the civil court is called the Diwani Adalat. Maulavis and Hindu Pandits interpreted Indian laws for the European district collectors who presided over the civil courts. The criminal courts were still under a Qazi and a Mufti, but under the supervision of the collectors. So the collector was the actual head of the civil court and the criminal court, though he was the real head in the civil court, because Maulavis from the Islamic religion and Hindu Pandits from the Hindu religion, they interpreted the Indian laws for the European district collectors. They translated the Indian laws for the European district collectors. He presided over the civil court, the European district collector, and the criminal court was under a Qazi and a Mufti. But the Qazi and the Mufti also reported to the district collector. A major problem was that Brahman priests gave different interpretations of the local laws based on different schools of Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra was a book that was composed for the rulers by Brahman Pandits many centuries ago. Over the years, it has been interpreted very differently in different ways. There are different thoughts for Dharma Shastra. There are different schools of thoughts for different interpretations of Dharma Shastra. So, different Brahman Pandits gave different interpretations for different schools of thoughts of Dharma Shastra. Now, to bring about uniformity, to bring about a same uniform level to all these interpretations, in 1775, 11 Brahman Pandits were asked to compile a digest of Hindu laws, that is, a composition, a book about Hindu laws which can be corroborated by all the 11 Pandits as being the similar among all the different schools of thought. So 11 Pandits from different schools of thoughts were asked to compile a code book for the Hindu law. What exactly is Hindu law, so that the European district collector could understand the Hindu religion better. That would help him control the adalats, the courts, better. Now, a European writer, N.B. Halhed, he translated these compositions. he translated this code book about Hindu laws into English. By 1778, that is 3 years after the Hindu law was codified, 1778, a code of Muslim laws was also compiled for the benefit of European judges. Excuse me. Now, under the Regulating Act of 1773, a new Supreme Court was established, while the Southern Nizamat Adalat is a court of appeal where any person seeking justice would appeal to the Court of Appeal, the Southern Nizamat Adalat. And a Supreme Court was also established. Both of these things, the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal, both were set in Kolkata. The principal figure in all this system was the collector, not the MCU wala collector, the British collector, East India Company's collector. As the title suggests, his main job was to collect revenue and taxes and maintain law and order in his district with the help of judges, police officers and darogas. So his main job was to collect taxes and revenues and also to maintain law and order in his own district. Each district had a collector. Each district had its own European collector set by the East India Company. So his office was called the Collectorate, became the new center of power and patronage that steadily replaced previous holders of authority. So the previous those who were the rulers of a district or those who were the rulers locally, they were overpowered by the collector's office known as the Collectorate. So as days went by, as years went by, the collectors became the supreme power, the supreme figure of authority in every district. Okay, we are stopping here. We will continue with this chapter in the next video. Till then, bye.